Welcome back to Masculine Scrapping. Today I'm going to be putting together a spread on the show Jesus, which is at the Sight and Sound Theater in Branson, Missouri. That is one of our favorite places to go, and if you ever have opportunity to go there, I'd really encourage you to do that. Their theatrics is just amazing. Live animals, huge sets. It's just absolutely amazing place to go. And so I have done some pre-work on this already that I want to show you as we put this together. So first of all, I think I'm going to work on this page first. You will notice there's this pattern here. This is actually sewn onto the paper, and part of what I'm going to do is tape these back so that they will stay in place. And I do just want to say, if you want to see how I do sewing on paper, there should be a video link showing up in the top right hand corner, and I encourage you to look at that. But it is a technique I use every once in a while when I'm trying to create some elegance on the page. And so using cellophane tape just to hold that down, and I'm going to get a pair of scissors here and then just trim this off. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and then use my double-sided tape, and you can see how I'm putting it across like this, just to make sure both sides are holding, and then we'll put it in like that. Now, the other thing you may notice, I've got this tan paper, and it's the same background here and then there, but you can see it looks a little dark, and that's because I have inked the edges. It gives a little dimension. I particularly like this because it does kind of look like ancient scroll work or something like that when it's all put together. So, which is kind of fitting with an old biblical theme. Here I have our ticket, one of the tickets from the night, and you print them yourselves at home. And so I carefully cut it out and created this ticket background and all of these mattings using my Cricut machine and Cricut Design Studio to develop them. So I'm going to go ahead and put these pictures on. I'm a little worried I'm going to run out of tape here, so if I do, you may have to watch me change that cartridge. I do use the Creative Memories adhesives. They've tended to be my favorite. They are a little more expensive, but I have had good success with them really holding. Now, I designed this mat for this piece to overlap one of the photographs, and I did that on purpose. Putting things at an angle, doing some overlapping, it creates interest on the page instead of everything just being square. And I tend to like the page to look like it has some motion. So you can see I put it at an angle, it's overlapping the photograph. And now, just tape the whole mat down. A little bit of tape in all of the right places. And then we'll make sure that gets on there nice and square. Okay, so that side is done. This is a brochure from the event, and this is going to get taped to the outside of the plastic page protector. So I'm going to put that on the side for a second. And again, same thing in here, inked the edge of the lighter brown piece of cardstock. I did not sew on this one just because I didn't have enough space there, and you'll see why here in a second. Again, cut this crown of thorns off on my Cricut machine, and this is actually cut out using a Creative Memory circle cutter. This is from the bag that are things that we bought at the gift store we're in, so it's a nice way to show the location of the event, in addition to the ticket, which shows the location and the time and date and the name of the show. So this piece here, you can see, is very thin. So I'm actually going to use a glue pen and get glue dots on this in several places. And instead of using adhesive tape, which would just be too hard. Again, I'm not trying to get every slot, just enough to hold it together. There we go. Oh, I really like the way that looks with the inked edges. So again, I'm not going to fix this right now. That'll go on at the end. But we will get ready to tape this down. Anytime I have non-squared edges, I use a little bit more tape just to make sure that it doesn't. And here I'm going to overlap this, so I've got to make sure that my circles are and everything is square and in the right spot. Okay, I'm going to just make sure I'm doing this squarely. Okay, there we go. I feel pretty comfortable with that. There we go. So there we have it. The show Jesus at the Sound and Light Theater in Branson, Missouri. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. We had a great time. I will put some links to the Sight and Sound Theater in the description of this video. I encourage you to go check it out. There's some video there so you can see the scope of what their project looks like. So have a great day. Look forward to seeing your projects. Take care.